Welcome to Know How To. Look, today we're not doing another list of productivity tips. We're going way deeper. We're talking about the actual biological architecture of your mind. Think of this as a survival guide, a manual for an age where the only skill that really matters is your ability to learn. So if you're ready to actually upgrade your internal software, you're in the right place. And hey, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on what's next.
All right, let's get one thing straight, right off the bat. If you've ever struggled to remember things, you need to hear this. You aren't forgetting because you're stupid. You're forgetting because you're fighting your own biology. It's not a personal failure, it's a system failure. You are basically handed the wrong user manual for your brain. So in this explainer, we're going to decode the neuroscience behind learning. We're going to turn your mind from a simple storage unit into a seriously powerful adaptive machine.
See, the whole game has changed. In the age of AI, knowing how to fix things is, well, it's obsolete. An AI can tell you how to fix your car in a heartbeat. The only skill left that truly matters is knowing how to learn. It's a huge shift from external repair to what we call internal reconstruction. It's not about fixing a leaky faucet anymore. It's about fundamentally rewiring how you think.
So to really get why we struggle so much with learning new things, we've got to look at a very specific part of the brain. For decades, we've had this totally flawed idea about what intelligence even is. We thought it was all about capacity, about storage. But the real secret? It's not in storage at all. It's in the process.
Okay, so this is the medial prefrontal cortex, the mFPC. Now, new research is showing that its main job isn't just filing away data like some kind of librarian. No, its function is way more sophisticated. It's the brain's engine for abstracting rules. What does that mean? It means it takes a specific experience and it pulls out a general principle from it. It creates an algorithm, a formula that you can then use to solve totally new problems you've never even encountered before.
And this is absolutely crucial. We have got to stop treating our brains like hard drives. You know that feeling? When you read a page, get to the bottom, and nothing? It's all gone? That's your mPFC failing to build a mental map, a schema. You're just trying to memorize a bunch of random facts, but your brain isn't seeing the pattern. Look, very, very soon, being smart isn't going to be about what you can recall. It's going to be about how fast your mPFC can build these powerful problem-solving algorithms.
So why does all this feel so unnatural, so difficult? Well, it's because the system that trained you, your entire education, was designed for a world that's already gone. You were basically programmed with obsolete software, right from the start.
Think about it. Most of us were trained by the Prussian Education System. Yeah, a model from the 19th century. Its goal wasn't to create critical thinkers. It was designed to produce obedient factory workers, all about rote memorization and doing what you're told. It taught you that forcing yourself through boredom was a virtue, a sign of discipline. But here's the thing. Biologically, that's just dead wrong.
Okay, so this is the modern biological reality of how we learn. It's a 9-layered model, but you can forget about the other 8 for now. We're going to focus on the single most important one, the foundation. Layer 1, interest stimulation. And let me be clear, this isn't optional. It's the absolute, non-negotiable prerequisite for any deep learning to happen, period.
I'm going to say that again. Boredom is not a moral failing. It's a biological feedback signal. It's your brain screaming at you that the learning process has failed at layer 1. See, without that emotional engagement, your brain doesn't release the necessary chemical cocktail. We're talking acetylcholine, dopamine, that you need for plasticity. So if you're bored, the door to your long-term memory is, and I mean this literally, locked shut. You don't need more willpower, you need a different key.
All right, now let's tackle one of the biggest myths in all of productivity, the all-nighter. Pulling an all-nighter to cram for a test? Biologically, that's a pure act of self-sabotage. You have to understand, learning isn't just some abstract idea. It's a physical process. It's called synaptic plasticity. Your neurons are literally physically changing their shape and their connections to each other.
So here's how it works. During the day, everything you're learning is filling up your hippocampus. The easiest way to think about this, it's like a USB drive. It's for temporary storage and it has a very limited capacity. But your permanent long-term knowledge, that lives in the neocortex. And that's like your brain's massive internal hard drive.
So you've spent the entire day reading, listening, studying, and you've completely filled up that little USB drive. But here's the problem. None of that information is secure. It's volatile. It can be wiped clean. So what's the biological command? What's the process for moving that data from the temporary USB to the permanent hard drive? How do you press save? Sleep. That's it. It's the only time your brain does this critical job. During deep sleep, and only during deep sleep, your brain consolidates memory. It moves the files from the hippocampus to the neocortex. So when you pull an all-nighter, you're not just getting tired, you are actively preventing learning from happening. It's like spending hours typing a masterpiece and then just yanking the plug from the wall without ever hitting save.
Okay, so we've got the theory. We understand the biological rules of the game. Now, let's build the protocol. How do we start working with our biology, instead of constantly fighting against it? How do we actually hack this system to get the most out of it?
It comes down to two scientifically proven protocols. First, active recall. Look, most of us just reread our notes. It's passive. And yeah, it feels productive because it's easy. But real learning only happens when it's hard. You have to test yourself before you feel ready. That struggle, that feeling of reaching for an answer, that's what's actually building the connection, making it faster and stronger. Second protocol, interleaving. Stop studying one topic for 5 hours straight. It's inefficient. Mix your subjects up. Force your brain to constantly reload the different contexts. This builds way more robust and flexible pathways than just hammering away at one thing.
Okay, let's zoom out and connect all this to your future. Because we live in a world where skills have a shelf life. The thing you're an expert in today, AI might be doing it tomorrow. So what's the one skill that never becomes obsolete? The one thing that's actually future-proof? It's this, epistemic agility. This is the ultimate meta-skill. It's the raw ability to learn, to unlearn the stuff that doesn't work anymore, and to relearn new things fast. Your goal is no longer to be a warehouse full of facts. Your goal now is to become an architect of your own mind, someone who can tear down old blueprints and draw up new ones at a moment's notice. So, you've got the blueprint now. You understand the biology of learning. But there's a catch. To actually do any of this, you need one resource that is incredibly rare these days: deep, unbroken focus. Let's be real. You cannot rewire your brain if your phone is buzzing and fracturing your attention every 30 seconds. Which leads us to the final critical question. In a world that is literally engineered to hijack your focus, how do you get it back? How do you create the mental space you need to do this deep work, to achieve real neuroplasticity and finish your internal reconstruction? The answer is a protocol we call monk mode. It's the operational system you need to generate that insane level of focus. So go ahead and click the next explainer on your screen to learn how to do it and how to complete your internal reconstruction. And of course, subscribe.